Morning students. So in the previous class we had seen about the resistance in series where the current is constant and the voltage gets distributed. Today we will move on to resistance in parallel. Now in resistance in series I had asked one question, isn't it? That is, I want 2 ohm resistance from 1 ohm resistors, isn't it? So what did you do? You just added those 1 ohm resistors, 1 ohm, and you got 2 ohm resistors. That is through the equation Rs equal to R1 plus R2. Now here my question is that I don't want to double the value, okay, but what I need to do, I want to reduce down the total resistance. I want less. Now if you see in series, the total resistance we got, that will be more than your individual resistance. The individual resistance you had 1 ohm, isn't it? So 1 ohm, you got 2 ohm. It is doubled, okay? It is more than your individual resistance. But here the total resistance should be less than your individual resistance. Now if I have 1 ohm, so I should get 0.5. Now for this, how can I connect the resistors? Now if you had seen in series, we had connected the resistors one after the other, isn't it? Now we shall connect the resistors one above the other, but the ends are same, okay? One above the other resistors at the same points. Now what is resistance in parallel? If I ask, the definition will be when you connect the resistors at the same ends parallelly. When you connect the resistors at the same ends parallelly, we call as resistance in parallel. So in series, the current was constant, voltage gets distributed, isn't it? So in parallel, what happens? So let's first we'll see about the voltage in the circuit. Now if you see the circuit, so this I will name as R1 and this is R2. Okay, now I have labeled the two ends A and B. Now there is voltage, there is total current, okay? This I have named R1 and R2. Now here if you see, I have to connect voltmeter and you should check that R1 across R2, okay? How much is the voltage? So here if you see, the V should be constant, okay? Let's see how. Now if I want to know how much voltage is across R1, okay, let's consider R1. What I have to do? I will connect a voltmeter here. So the ends will be same here. So this will be V1. So I have, in order to know the voltage across R1, I have connected voltmeter, okay? So what will be this one? Equation V1 equal to VB minus VA. VB minus VA, that is across R1. Now next I want to know about the voltage across R2. So here also it is the same. What you have to do? You have to connect the voltmeter and let's name as V2. So what do you get? V2 is equal to, the ends are same, VB minus VA. If you see here, so since the resistors are connected to the same ends, okay, the resistors are connected to the same ends in parallel, the voltage remains constant here, okay? The voltage will be constant here. Now let's see the total voltage. So if I need total voltage, what you have to do? You have to connect the voltmeter to the same ends to find the total voltage. So you have connected this. What do you get? V equal to VB minus VA. VB minus VA. So that means we can say voltage across the resistors remains constant. That is V1 equal to V2 equal to V. So remember, in parallel, resistance in parallel, voltage remains constant. It will be same. Next we'll see about the current. Before that, let's visualize the circuit as water in pipes here, okay? This is like a circuit. So this example I had given in the previous, that is resistance in series, isn't it? So here the pipe we considered as wire, and pump as battery, and the water which flows, that is current. Okay, and this the pipe junctions with their resistance. Now at this junction the pressure difference is same or not? My question is here, at this junction the pressure difference is same or not? It is same. Everywhere the potential difference will be same. Okay, the everywhere potential difference will be same. What if I say no? So if not, what? For example, now water flowing here, okay, it flows here, it flows here, it flows here. Okay, now will all of them have different speed? Water flows throughout this, will all of them have different speed? Because if you see here, the potential difference is changing. Speed of water flowing also should change, isn't it? Potential, if potential difference changes, even the speed of water should change. Does that happen here? No. The water speed throughout will be the same. Okay, the water speed throughout this pump will be the same. So same goes for the current also. So let's understand the current in a other example. Okay, let's take the same example. Now if you see here, the total water inside this pipe, okay, this pipe connection, let's say 10 liter. Okay, 10 liter water is there. Now this 10 liter will flow. Okay, it flows and flows and reaches here and reaches here. Now what happens? If you see here, there are two ways, isn't it? If you see here, there are two ways to go for the water. This is the first way, this is the second way. Now does water flows in both the pipes? Okay, both the pipes it has to flow, whether it will be the same 10 liter or it will be divided. It will be divided. Okay, the water flow when it comes here, since there are two ways, it will be divided. So let's apply this in a same circuit. If you see here, see how the current flows. So similar to water, current also gets distributed. So remember, in parallel connection, the current gets distributed everywhere. Remember, the distribution of current depends upon the resistor's value. Okay, the distribution of the current depends upon the resistor's value. If the resistance is more, the current will be less. If the resistance is less, the current will be more. So the distribution of current will depend upon the resistor's value of the resistor. So in conclusion, we can say that in parallel, voltage remains constant whereas current gets distributed. So V is equal to V1 is equal to V2, whereas current gets distributed, that is I is equal to I plus I2. Now let's derive the formula or the equation for the resistance in parallel. Now if you see here, the voltage remains constant whereas the current gets distributed. Now what is Ohm's law, students? Ohm's law is V is equal to IR. So if you apply that, the total voltage equal to IT RT. Okay, now what you want? You want the current, isn't it? So IT equal to V. R will come this side, so divided by RT. Now apply this to this formula, whereas I equal to VT by RT equal to I1 is V1 by R1 plus I2 is V2 by R2. Now since voltage is same, it gets cancelled. So what it remain? 1 by RT equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Since we need the resistance in parallel, so let's write 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. This is the formula for resistance in parallel, and this derivation you will get in the exam. Okay, they ask in the exam derivation of the resistance in parallel or even resistance in series. So remember, resistance in parallel, voltage across resistors remain constant, that is V1 equal to V2 equal to V, whereas current, it gets distributed. So more resistance, less current, less resistance, more current. So distribution of current, it depends upon the resistor's value, as I said. So what is the formula for resistance in parallel? 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2.